dart on your ginger? Do you go for the head or the feet or the arms? I almost feel bad. Because it's mid-November and we should be doing gingerbread. This way, when you're all looking for gingerbread cookies to do in the next month, I got you. My oven is preheated to 350. I got all my ingredients out. In this bowl, I've got 1 cup softened butter. I'm going to add in a cup of granulated sugar to that 1 cup of softened butter. So we're doing the classic cream your sugar with your butter for 1 to 2 minutes. Make sure your butter is room temperature. And today I'm using granulated white sugar. Okay, so you gotta do the classic scrape your edges, you know. And we've got the holidays coming up, and so, you know, here we go. So once you get your 1 cup of softened butter and your 1 cup of white granulated sugar creamed up like so, I'm going to add in 1 egg, room temperature, and a cup of molasses. And you can use light or dark molasses. I'm using dark molasses. 1 cup. So I'm gonna give that a little mix. We're not over mixing anything at this point, but we're gonna go ahead and get the egg a little incorporated. And then I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. Put your mixer on low. If you're doing this on your hand mixer, same deal. Now it's gonna curdle. It's gonna look curdled, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And again, now we gotta scrape those edges again. All right, scrape it down. Ta-da. Okay, now we add in our dry ingredients. It's 5 cups, all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. And of course, kind of, you know, incorporate that a little bit. Okay, then we're going to mix this in just until incorporated. We don't want to overdo the dough now. And it smells so good. It's not playing. And I'm going to do a basic outline icing for these. If you're into the outline icing, you really just want to be able to press it together without being too dry. So get into 2, saran wrap those 2 discs and chill them for anywhere from 1/2 hour to 2 days before you go use that dough. I've never froze it, so I couldn't tell you if that works well. For us, I've already done that, and I have 2 discs in the fridge already cool. Bam. Bam. Basically what we just did to get to here. For now, we're just going to work with 1 of these bundles, because that's a lot of cookies. So just like anything, you're going to flour it. Now, you could also use powdered sugar to do this. Tracy here, she told me about that idea a long time ago. Depending on the cost of powdered sugar is usually how it works for me. Because for me, the way I buy my flour, it's much cheaper for me to do it with flour. But you could. And then that just makes your cookie better. I'm going to use as little flour as I need because I really don't want my dough to be too dry. So let's start with the guys themselves, or gals. See how many we can get. Enough. All right, we got 4. Whatever you do, thickness, choose it and then stick with it so that everything cooks even. Okay, so that's good enough. We got some baby gingers and we got some daddy and mommy gingers. The whole thing. 350 for that pan, and I'm gonna do. You can easily make your glaze with just powdered sugar and a little bit of water and or extract. Just add the liquid very slow because it doesn't take long to turn it into a glaze. This, however, is different. This is what I call my outline frosting. This currently is 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to add in the carob syrup, 2 to 3 tablespoons to thin it out. And add less at first. Going for it today. You want it a little thick. Yeah, gingerbread. So just adjust your extract to whatever you're doing. But I'm not going for runny here. I always start small and then a little bit. No, I like that. And just last year I started making this outline type frosting and outlining cookies and stuff, but I'm not that artistic, so they're pretty basic. 1 moment, please. Put this in hot water. It makes it much easier to go, because otherwise, hello, cookies. So they puff up pretty good. So we have cute little cookies. Ta-da, that's Junior, and that's Senior. Junior and Senior. I want to get this to a temperature that I love. So I just keep it in warm water, and that'll get it pretty quickly within a minute or so to where I can use it. So the outline icing, okay, I have to stop because my thumb's in the way. Does that. It gives you that 3-dimensional. That way, then they call it a flood icing. You can take the same icing, but thin it down with a little more milk. Put your coloring in it if you want. Hold on. 1 second. Whew, that was stressful. Like so. Then you can do the flood icing, and it holds it in place because it's very thin. Now, I'm not a professional, but I do like to decorate cookies from time to time, but I also like to keep things basic. I'm going to start with your head today. So good, you guys. Super soft. And it's really tasty. It's really light. It's not like, it's good. If you like gingerbread, this is a really good one. Fluffy and soft cookies. So this, so you don't have to be a professional cookie decorator, guys. Especially with gingerbreads. It's just a few squigglies. Now, if you want, you can get all silly about it. But I'm not. I'll give a little smile. Eyeballs. Ta-da. Ta-da. Look how easy that was. Could give it boots. Like this or something. You could just not care and throw frosting on it, or eat it no frosting. Now he has boots. They don't even match. Look, he got his socks mismatched today. But we don't judge a funny face. Okay. If you want to eat it with more frosting, go for it. Then after a few minutes, that frosting hardens, but it's still soft. So those are my gingerbread cookies, guys. Super easy to make, as you just saw. You can spend all the time you want decorating them. Don't make it too hard on yourselves. It doesn't have to. Please share and like it if you do so, and let me know how you like it. It's 1 cup of softened butter creamed with 1 cup of granulated white sugar until a couple minutes till you get that nice creamy mixture, like you always do with sugar. Cookies, my bad. Then add in 1 room temperature egg and a cup of molasses. You can use dark or light. I use dark. And then you mix that together, and then you add in 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. It's going to look a little curdled. That's okay. Then you, in a separate bowl, put together your 5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons baking powder, 2 teaspoons ground ginger, and a teaspoon each of cinnamon and ground cloves. Whisk that together. Then you incorporate that into your wet ingredients, just until combined. Then you have a nice, pretty sticky dough. If it's not pretty sticky, slow back on, add maybe 4½ cups of that flour first, and then add slowly after that, because you don't want it too dry. Mine was nice and sticky when I was done. Then you break it into 2 discs, wrap it in your saran wrap, like so, and put it in your refrigerator for a minimum of 30 minutes up to 2 days before you pull it out. Now, this has been in there over a couple hours now, so if it's a half hour, you're going to be ready to roll. If it's not, you're going to want to pull that dough out and let it sit, or work it like I did with your warm hands, and knead it a little bit to get it to, so you can roll it out. I rolled mine, I don't know, 1/4 inch, hard to say, I didn't measure. And that's what we got. Okay. Now, if you have intricate lines, say like this little Christmas tree, he was much sharper edges when I cut it out. So if you have intricate lines, you're going to want to put them, after you cut them out, in your fridge for 10 or 15 minutes and let them get set again before throwing them in the oven. And that'll keep your lines a little more crisp. But for most of mine, especially a gingerbread, this size, it's okay. But that's a trick if you're looking for your crisper lines. Okay. Now the outline frosting is a little bit different. What I did with that is I took 2 cups powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons Caro syrup, and then enough milk to make it the consistency I was looking for, which is slightly stringy, like so. You don't want it too liquidy, because this is a great outline frosting for something like this, okay? And then you can always fill it if you're just going to outline the entire and get really intricate. Then you just thin that down a little bit, and that's your flood frosting. And color it all you want with your colorings, but today we just did white for gingerbread. If you try it out, let me know. I'll see you all next time. Have a good day.